Stay a while and listen. Welcome back everyone. Patch 2.6.1 for Diablo 3 is out now, and it brings a lot of life to many old builds. Such build is my all-time favorite Hammer of the Ancients Barbarian, which I'm going to show you today, so stay tuned. HoTA Barb for short is a powerhouse of a build. It is all about pure strength and power, smashing endless hordes of mobs with magical ancient hammer. Barbarian ancestors are truly proud. The build is very consistent in overall damage it can deliver. With the buffs presented in patch 2.6.1, it is more than viable for season 12. Let me show you the skills. Our signature skill is Hammer of the Ancients with Smash Rune. This turns the skill to fire and delivers massive damage. Furious Charge is our mobility skill, plus it gives us a nice damage bonus while combined with Strong Arm Bracers because of its knockback effect. I will talk about that in the gear section of this guide. Battle Rage Bloodshed. Despite that this skill has been reworked to stop server lag, it is one of the best damage passives in the game, combining 20% of the damage of all your critical hits and releasing them every second in a blast wave around you. Warcry Veteran's Warning for toughness. Wrath of the Berserker Insanity gives you a lot of everything: damage, attack speed, movement speed, critical hit chance, etc. Also we need this for Immortal King set to work. Call of the Ancients Together as One. Give you a nice damage resistance of 50% and also it's needed for the Immortal King set to work. For our passives we have Rampage. Gives you huge damage and toughness bonus in form of a main stat while you are killing enemies. Gain 1% strength for each enemy you killed up to 25%. Berserker Rage. Gives you 25% damage boost while at max fury, which is almost all the time with this build. Ruthless. Huge 40% damage bonus while enemies are at less than 30% health. Brawler. Again a damage boost, 20% while we fight more than 3 enemies close to us. Now let's talk about our gear. Running the Immortal King set, our 2-piece set bonus gives us Call of the Ancients active at all time. Our 4-piece set bonus is reducing the cooldown of Wrath of the Berserker and Call of the Ancients by 3 seconds for every 10 fury spent with an attack. And our 6-piece bonus gives us 1500% increased damage while both Wrath of the Berserker and Call of the Ancients are active. This used to be 400%. For our helmet we want Immortal King's Triumph with Strength, Vitality and Hammer of the Ancients bonus damage. For secondaries, Physical Resistance or any other kind of resistance. For our chest we want Immortal King's Eternal Reign with Strength, Vitality, reduced damage from elites. For secondaries, again, Physical Resistance if possible. For our belt we want Immortal King's Tribal Binding with Strength, Vitality, All Resist and Life per Fury spent. For secondaries, plus Max Fury. For our pants we want Immortal King's Stature with Strength, Vitality, All Resist, Armor. For our boots we want Immortal King's Stride with Strength, Vitality, All Resist and Hammer of the Ancients bonus damage. For our gloves we want Immortal King's Irons with Strength, critical hit chance, critical hit damage and area damage. For our shoulders we need Fury of the Ancients, which is going to be our main source of fury. Gain 4 fury every time an ancient deals damage. Perfect stats would be Strength, Vitality, area damage and All Resist. You don't need cooldown reduction in this build at all, so ignore this stat. For our bracers we want Strong Arm Bracers with fire damage bonus, Strength, Vitality and critical hit chance. They synergize with Furious Charge and give us up to 30% more damage for 6 seconds to enemy we have charged into. For our weapon we want Eastvan Blades. At 5 stacks they give us 30% weapon damage, attack speed and armor for 5 seconds. Keep in mind that those are one of the rarest items in the game. At the beginning, if you cannot find them, you can use Gavel of Judgment. Perfect rolls for Eastvan Blades would be high weapon damage profile, area damage, strength and attack speed. For our first ring we want Convention of Elements with critical hit damage, critical hit chance and area damage. For our second ring and amulet we are going to use the Endless Walk set. that gives up to 100% damage increase while standing still and a nice up to 50% damage reduction while moving. Perfect stats would be critical hit chance, critical hit damage and area damage for the ring, and fire damage percent, critical hit chance and damage for the amulet. For Kanai's cube, we want the Gavel of Judgment at the weapon slot. After patch 2.6.1, this weapon has an increased bonus damage to Hammer of the Ancients up to 800%. Also, it returns Fury when we hit less than 3 enemies. This item is mandatory for our build to work. For the armor slot, we're going to cube either the Strong Arm Bracers or the Bracers of the First Man. If you find yourself dying a lot, you can put a Quill Cuirass in the cube and wear Bracers of the First Man on you. Keep in mind that we want as much as possible bonus damage percent to the Hammer of the Ancients. For our jewelry slot, we are going to use the new Band of Might. After casting Furier's Charge, Ground Stomp or Leap, take 80% reduced damage for 8 seconds. This is main reason why you survive with this build. Of course, this ring is swappable with Convention of Elements. Wear the betterly rolled ring and cube the other. For normal gems in gear, we want purple gem into our helmet, which is going to give us more health, green gems in both of our weapons, which is going to give us more critical hit damage, and red or white gems into our torso and pants. Reds are going to give us strength, which means more damage, and white are going to give us all resist, which transfers to more survivability. Let's talk about Paragons now. Always max out your movement speed up to 25%. Keep in mind that you cannot have more than that with Paragons and gear. So for example, if your boots give you 10% movement speed, you need to put only 15 into Paragons. Second, we want maximum Fury. Because Hammer of the Ancients gain 1% increased critical hit chance per 5 Fury. Strength or Vitality is personal choice. I go with Strength for damage. On our defense tab, we want to max out critical hit chance, critical hit damage and attack speed. As I said previous, cooldown reduction is a dead stat for this build. On defense tab, all resist, life percent, armor, then life regeneration. For the utility tab, area damage. This build takes good advantage of this mechanic. Then resource cost reduction, life on hit and last, gold find. General strategy for the build. Always watch your Convention of Elements fire roll. Try to charge at enemy elites at the second half of the cold proc. This will trigger Strong Arm Bracers as well, and up to 200% increased damage from Convention of Elements. This way you will demolish enemies in a matter of seconds. For our legendary gems first, we're going to use Bane of the Trap. It procs itself at level 25 and it's probably the best legendary gem in the game. Second, we want Bane of the Stricken. Give us 25% increased damage against bosses and Rift Guardians and increase attack damage with every hit. This is a must-go gem for high greater rifts, otherwise we can't kill the Rift Guardian. Keep in mind also that the attack of our Ancients give us stacks as well. Third game is up to you, either Pain Enhancer or Esoteric Alteration. I prefer always to go for maximum damage and smart plays. We have a lot of damage resistance with this build, but avoid standing in Frozen Pulse, Frozen Orb, Poison, etc. With Pain Enhancer you can reach maximum 5 attacks per second in crowded areas, which is tremendous damage boost. Well guys and girls, this concludes our guide for this week. Hope you like HoTA Barb as much as I do. Also, please feel free to share your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to press that like button and subscribe for the channel for weekly Diablo 3 videos. Thanks for watching, and I will see you soon, Nephilims. Stay a while and listen. Oh, shut up, Deckard.